Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's my 18th birthday today. I made it to 18. I'm officially a legal adult, and one of the things I was most excited about for turning 18, alongside the fact I can legally drink and club and buy vapes, and the fact that I am an adult now, which is extremely weird, was that I made a video which I posted here on my YouTube at age 15 called Dear 18-Year-Old Me. And basically it is my 15-year-old self asking 18-year-old me questions, and 18-year-old me is now here, which means I get to watch the video back and reply to those questions. I feel like I'm gonna get emotional. A lot's going on right now anyway, so it's a very weird feeling that I'm gonna basically have a conversation with my 15-year-old self who had so much yet to experience. I'm filming in a slightly different location. As I said, it's currently my 18th birthday. I'm in my house, I'm in my living room. But as there are other people here, I thought I would just come downstairs and make this video because I really wanted to make it today of all days, on the day I turned 18. This is literally such a moment. So I'm going to watch the video back. I've not watched it back since I uploaded it, so I have no idea what the questions are going to be, what I'm talking about in it. I don't really remember the full layout of the video, but I just know that I made it to watch back when I was 18. And here we are. So I'm going to play the video. I'm actually quite nervous.
Okay, this video is a weird concept. God knows if 18-year-old me is actually going to ever watch this back.
Here I am. I look so different, first of all. I didn't realise how much older I actually look until I'm looking at the face of my 15-year-old self.
That she'll still be doing YouTube, and
still doing it.
In 2.5 years' time, I'll be reacting to this and answering the questions. I was inspired by Dodie's video. I think it was Dear 25-Year-Old Me. Such a huge part of why I love YouTube is that I can document my life on here, and even though you guys obviously enjoy it, the best part for me is being able to watch back the videos later in life. I have videos from like 3 years ago that I just love to go back and watch and see how much I've developed as a person and changed. Me 3 years ago versus me now is so different, and
me now versus me then is so different. I honestly don't even know how to feel looking at myself back then. I feel like there's just so much glow in my eyes and so much innocence just in my whole energy. I think we were in lockdown when I recorded this, actually. As much as I know I was struggling with things back then, I just look, I don't know, there's just a glow to me that I feel like I don't have right now.
This is that me now and me in 3 years' time is going to be very different too. So,
right.
This video is going to be aimed at 18-year-old me, who hopefully will pick this up and watch it once I turn 18. So, dear 18-year-old me, first of all, how are you?
How am I? Well, babe, you've had an awful lot happen in the last 2.5 years. Specifically in the last week. I won't speak about it on here, but I could never have even began to guess what the lead up to my 18th would look like. I had so many plans of how I wanted it to look and how I wanted to celebrate, and this big moment that I was going to have when it happened, and actually the reality of it was an awful lot of pain and an awful lot of trauma. How am I in general? I'll be honest, I'm struggling. I'm not feeling great mentally or physically. I've been quite unwell recently. I don't want to get too personal on here. As I was just saying, there's a glow that I have in this video that I miss having. I said I was going to get emotional doing this. Yeah, a lot's been going on.
How's mum and nan? And how is grief with dad going? Are you...
Okay, how are mum and nan? Again, not going to get too personal. Mum's holding up, just about. It's been a little rocky. Nan, unfortunately, isn't with us anymore. She passed away last year in December, and this is actually your first birthday without her, but you feel her around. Again, you had no idea what was coming. But put it this way, Nan is at peace now, a lot more than she was before she went, and you miss her dearly. Grief with dad. I mean, I'm filming this on my 18th birthday. Grief on my birthdays always seems to be worse. Me and dad always spoke about my 18th, and I'd always kind of freak him out and say, how will it feel for him when I turn into an adult? And he would say, oh, it's miles away, like, you don't need to think about that yet. And now it's here, and I'm sitting here, and I'm 18, and the fact that he's not here to see that is a pain that's not quite explainable. And actually, I didn't quite expect it to be so painful considering it's been 5 years. You're processing a lot, and you have been processing a lot of different things recently, but you are getting through the grief. You are holding up, you're managing. And again, you feel dad around you. He sends you cute little signs. Grief is an ongoing thing. It doesn't just end after a certain amount of time. It's kind of a forever thing, but you learn to live with it, and I am living with it.
At your current stage in life, there's a coronavirus outbreak. break, so everyone's isolated indoors and no one has anything to do. You've spent a sunny day with mum, mostly just chilling out, and you've been redecorating your room. Nan is fine, struggling a little bit with dementia, but not anything too crazy at the moment. And grief with dad is going okay. You do tend to get some flashbacks, and you miss him a lot when anything good happens, or bad because you just wish you could cry onto his shoulder. But in general, everyday life is okay. My next...
Whew. So yeah, I was right. We were in the COVID pandemic at this point. We were in lockdown. Spent a lot of days like that, just sunny days with mum, sitting on her windowsill, looking out the window. The neighbours all kind of came together. Nan struggling with dementia. She did get worse after that. An awful lot happened. So I think that was kind of the last points before that kind of period in my life. Again, couldn't have ever guessed what would have happened, but I'm glad that this version of myself got that time with her. And as I mentioned there, good days and bad days are always the ones where grief hits the hardest, because you just wish that person was there to either cry to or to celebrate with.
My next question is, how's your mental health, and have you been going to therapy or taking medication? Right now.
Okay, so I have been going to therapy. As I've just turned 18, the therapist I had will no longer be my therapist, because obviously I'm going from child mental health services to adult mental health services. But you've been doing therapy for over a year, not the therapist you had back then, but still a good therapist, and you've worked through an awful lot with her and actually really grown as a person in that time. You aren't on medication. I can't remember when I did go on medication. I did go on it for a little bit, but when I say a little bit, like literally less than a week. I think that may have been after this, but yeah, you didn't last very long. You weren't a fan. Mental health generally, something you didn't know back then is that you have suspected BPD. At this point, I was doing CBT therapy, so I then transitioned into DBT therapy, which I did find really helpful. I haven't been officially diagnosed because obviously up until this point, I was too young, and to get a BPD diagnosis under the age of 18 is ridiculously hard. So hopefully that'll be a process I can now go into. But yeah, your mental health generally, you went through a really good period this year. Spirituality has helped you a lot. You've really kind of found this like sense of inner peace and ability to grow and reflect and work through the pain that you've been through in a way where you truly process it, because I know that's something that my past self used to really struggle with, was feeling like, how will I ever fully work through it in depth? Spirituality and shadow work actually became that thing, or that kind of tool in order to work through that stuff, and it massively helped you. You met an amazing friend called Cece. She is incredible and extremely spiritual, and she really helped you to open your eyes to how many amazing ways there are to grow and the pathways and the choices that you have in order to do that. But yeah, your mental health generally at the moment is not great, and summer was also very hard. But nevertheless, you are here, you've made it to 18, and I just want to say you were doing really well.
Now you're on a break from therapy, and you tried medication, but the side effects got too much.
Oh, so it was this time. Okay.
Them again. Are you still into piercings? Have you taken your piercings out, or are you still enjoying them?
Nope, I still love piercings. Still covered in them. I've got more actually now than I had then. You didn't take any out as far as I remember. I think I've still got all the ones I had here. And you actually trained as a piercer for a little while. You were an apprentice in the studio that you absolutely loved. So your dream at this point basically came true. Congratulations on that. It is now the next day. I look absolutely dead. I had my 18th birthday celebrations last night. Went to my first club. It was fun. I got interrupted yesterday when I was trying to film this video, but I want to use my original reactions to the questions. So I'm gonna just go back to where I was in the video and continue from there. But that's why the location and my face has changed. How many piercings do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You have 18 piercings now. Yes, I still have my septum piercing, and yes, I still have my brow pierced. My brow piercing that I had here, I did actually take out. I then re-pierced it myself. So I have a brow piercing again.
Do you regret any of your tattoos? As of right now, it's been 3 days since you did this one.
Holy shit! Oh my god, I have so many more tattoos now. So I was talking about this tattoo and that. I still have it, alongside many others. My arms are absolutely covered, or at least this arm is absolutely covered in tattoos now. Yes, you still love them. You are literally covered in them. No, I don't regret any of my tattoos. I know that was a little bit of a concern for me back then, because I had people drilling it into me that I was going to regret them. But honestly, no, I just got more bold. I got my neck tattooed like 2 weeks ago.
Whether you like it or not, these guys are still going to be on you, so I hope that you don't regret them. Is your finger tattoo still there? Is it faded?
Oh, my finger tattoo is still there. I was talking about this one. I actually got it topped up the other day when I got my neck tattoo done, alongside my other finger tattoos. Yes, your finger tattoos are there. You have more now as well. I'm gonna do a tattoo tour soon to like actually go through all of them, because I have so many new ones. It's actually ridiculous. But yeah, I have more under rings as well. They're just covered. But yes, finger tattoo is still there. It wasn't actually that faded. I just got it topped up and tidied up with a tattoo gun.
18 now, so are you gonna get any professional ones soon?
Yeah, I don't have any set in stone plans because I've actually spent like the last 3 months getting covered. At this point I didn't have any professional tattoos at all, so I think it was like the end of this year when I filmed this that I got my first professional tattoo. When I say professional, I don't mean in a studio, obviously I couldn't do that, but I had a friend of mine at the time who was tattooing and I got some tattoos with her. That was my first professional one. And then she moved into a studio, so I couldn't get tattoos for like a year. I then met someone else who has just the best tattoo style ever. She was a friend of a friend, and she covered me. As I just said, my neck tattoo was only like 2 weeks ago. I'm not really like in a rush to go to a studio, especially because I'm broke. But yeah, all of the tattoos that I really wanted, I already have now. So I will be getting more, 100%, I'm not done. But yeah, I'm not in any crazy rush. It's not like, oh my god, I'm 18, I can get professional tattoos, because I've already got them, so.
Go to InSkin in town. I hope that they're still going. If you are...
InSkin in town is still going. You actually worked there for a little while. I don't think by choice you'll go there for a tattoo now. But yes, they are still going. And you worked there for a bit, so that's pretty cool.
If you are going to get any professional ones, then what are you going to get? Because right now, if I could get a professional tattoo, I would want to get a music note.
I got a music note. That was my other first, so I got this one done and I got that one done at the same time. So got my music note. I wanted that so badly, so I'm glad that I got that. I'm glad that was my first. Little younger me was like, please get that. If I could get one now, I mean, as I just said, I'm kind of covered in all the ones that I planned. So I've got like my neck tattoo, I've got my collarbones tattooed with fern leaves. I've got some other ones as well on my body, like sternum piece and under my boobs. As I said, I'll do a tattoo tour soon, so I don't want to go into it too much. But yeah, and tarot card as well. I've got, and self-harm cover-up. I've got a bunch of different ones. So yeah, off the top of my head though, if I was going to get another tattoo now, it would probably be the moon phases up here, because I'm trying to make a patchwork sleeve, which I think was my plan even back then. So these little areas need filling in. So yeah, I was going to get the moon phases. That would probably be what I'd do if I was going to do it right now.
Very tidily on myself. I was thinking of getting one behind my ear at some point, so like, is that still an idea? Do you still...
It's still an idea. I was thinking about it. The thing is for me now with tattoos is my favourite thing is getting tattoos that are like super visible, that you can see, that are bold. Something behind my ear. I'd be more likely to go like on the front now, to be honest. I think past me would be slightly terrified by the fact I've got a neck tattoo. But yeah, I mean, I would, but honestly, like, something behind there, you're not really gonna see it, and I like being able to see my tattoos, hence why I got something right on the front.
You still like the rose tattoo idea and the meaning behind it? What ideas do you have? It's been a...
Oh, the rose tattoo. I got the rose tattoo again. That was one of my first. Yes, I still love that idea, babe. And you got it. So, first professional tattoo. That and the music note. That's so cute. I was talking about them even then. I had no recollection of the fact that they were so planned, but there we go.
It's been a year since you turned 17, so do you drive? If you do drive, what car do you have?
Oh, babe, I'm sorry. I don't drive. I wish I did. I know that my younger self would be actually gutted that that's not something I'm doing already. I absolutely intend on driving. I'm gonna look into it very, very soon. That is literally like the first thing I want to do. But a lot's happened. You're currently looking to move out as well. So you kind of had a lot on your plate. Driving hasn't really happened yet. To be fair in saying that, I did drive a moped for a year. I still have it. It's broken down right now, so I can't drive it. But I was driving that all through summer. You did start driving when you were 16. I can't believe I was 16 that year that I filmed this, because I look so different in this than I did when I turned 16. I'd like developed a lot. But yeah, I drove a moped for a year. I got a moped for my 16th birthday, passed my test, got my provisional, and I've done my theory test, so I am like halfway there to being able to drive. I just need to get a car and do my practical. But yeah, you are planning to drive. I promise I'll get it sorted. I feel like I've really let her down. I really thought, what car do you have? Oh god, I don't have one. Is that bad? That's not bad, is it? I can start driving soon. I have no idea what car I'm gonna get. I can't even say that, like, oh, I've got my eyes on, blah, blah, blah. I have no idea. But I am gonna start looking for a car probably this week. Driving is still, like, top of your list for things you want to do. It's just been a bit impossible. But it will happen, and hopefully, well, no, definitely, this time next year, I will be driving. But that's when I'm 19. I hoped I'll be driving at 17, so still.
And if you don't drive, then past you's disappointed, because it's one of the main things I'm looking forward to.
Oh my god, I feel bad. I still want a white car.
I think my option with that might change because I used to want a yellow car and now that is
Definitely don't want a yellow car.
So what do you have? What musicians are you into and are you still as obsessed with music as you are right now?
I'm still obsessed with music. It is the thing that gets me through. What artists am I into right now? Billie Eilish, obviously. Green Tea Peng. I like a bit of RD, to be fair. I'm just thinking like anything off the top of my head. Daniel Caesar. I feel like I'm missing some big ones. I would look at my playlist, but I can't. Wait, no, I can. Vemby, Phony People, Eminem. I like lots of like kind of random songs that are just by random people that I don't really know. Arctic Monkeys as well. Maribel State is one of my favourites. I don't know if that's how you say it. Probably not. Marabou State? That sounds more like it. Ren. You haven't discovered Ren yet, but oh, you're gonna love him. Lil Peep as well. Lil Peep and Ren are probably my two favourite artists. Absolutely adore them. They've got me through a lot. Tash Sultana as well. Oh my god. Tash Sultana, another incredible artist that I had not yet discovered.
At this moment in time, it's the main thing that gets you through. And some of my favourite artists are Brockhampton,
Yes.
Alfie Templeman, Rex Orange County, Billie Eilish. I bet Billie Eilish is still really big. What music are you into? You kind of like rappy kind of music at the moment, but like still a good tune to it and still quite casual. What are you?
Yeah, I'm down with that. 100%. Music, rap music with a good tune. Yes. I love drum and bass as well. I don't know, I feel like my music style has changed quite a lot since then. I got really into Corpse at the end of that year. So complete opposite end of the spectrum. But yeah, I mean, all sorts really. I like now my style of music is more kind of like flow, spiritual, meaning behind it, music that makes me feel empowered more than like rap. But I do still like rap and punk and more alternative music. I'm still into it. It really depends on my mood. But yeah, I'd say like if I have choice to listen to anything, it's more kind of like spiritual vibe, I guess.
What are you into right now? What is your sexuality? Are you still comfortable with the label lesbian or have you gone back to bisexual?
Interesting. So yeah, I label myself as bisexual again now. You've had a fucking nightmare with your sexuality, to be honest. I label myself as bisexual, but I also don't love having a label. I went unlabeled for a very long time. At this point, I was labeled as a lesbian. I've only very, very, very recently kind of moved more into bisexual for a label. But your preference is still very strongly women. Yeah, you're definitely more into girls. Interesting that my 15-year-old self asked that. I was like so confident with the label lesbian at the time. I think that's probably why I was interested. But yeah, you do have some attraction to guys. And that's why you go by bisexual now. I just didn't realise it back then. It is a mess, to be honest. Like, sexuality is a fucking nightmare. I just don't like people having the room to comment, I think. But yeah, no. You label yourself as bisexual now. That might change again. Who knows? That's why I went by no label for a long time. I was very, very unsure. That's a whole discussion for another time. But yeah, no, you go by bisexual.
Or dare I say it, have you gone back to straight? Do you have a...
Absolutely fucking not. Look at me. I think past me would like how I look now. Absolutely fucking not. You've not gone back to straight. Oh god. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. No. At a push, bisexual. And that is at a push. You are still women. Women is your preference. Jesus Christ. What did I think 18-year-old me was gonna be? A whole other person?
Do you have a partner? How long have you guys been together? Are you in love? At this...
The way I said that, are you in love? I am in love, yeah. I've been in love for nearly 2 years. I don't have an actual partner as of right now, but I feel like I am literally talking to my younger self and she's gonna be like, what the fuck? You actually met someone very, very, very special to you. Yeah, I think past me would be over the moon, but terrified. But yeah, no, you're not currently in a relationship. You have, however, been dating someone for 2 years without going into details. You are basically in a relationship. It's just a bit of a mess. You've been through a lot of pain, babe, to be honest, and a lot of heartbreak. And I remember my past self used to think, heartbreak can't be that bad. It is that bad. It's probably the worst thing you've ever been through in your life in terms of how it made you feel. Not the worst thing in general, but in terms of the place it put you in and the way that you felt and still feel very often. You have been through some immense pain and you're still standing, to be honest, but it crippled you. I don't even know how to say it, really. But you are in love. I know that you really wanted to fall in love and you just could not find the person that would make you fall in love. But you did. You're head over heels in love. And it's the most beautiful, terrifying, painful, yet euphoric, incredible feeling that you've ever felt in your life.
At this moment in time, you're in love with someone you can't have, so... Also, if you do have a partner, how old are they? Because you tend to fall for older people.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that didn't change. That did not change. The person that you're in love with and were in a relationship with is 25. So, yeah, you fell for someone older, and it was beautiful, and it is beautiful. That's so funny. I always knew the person I would be with was gonna be older than me. That was just like a knowing. I don't know if it was intuition or whether it was just because that was my preference, but I fucking knew. I fucking knew it was gonna happen. Also, I'm not entirely sure who I'm on about in terms of being in love and not being able to have them. There's two people it could have been. I thought I was in love. It was very surface level. They weren't people that I truly fell in love with. I did have kind of like my first experiences of first love, I guess. One of them was never gonna happen, and you know that. The other one, you have nothing to do with anymore. And I know that that's gonna break her heart. I mean, my younger self. I know that's gonna break your heart, because I think that's who you're on about. But honestly, you saw past it. You saw your worth. You went through a lot of shit before this and after this video was taken. Yeah, that was, I can't really remember how it felt at the time, but that was some level of heartbreak. If you think that was bad, wait until you reach actual love. But no, you don't have anything to do with that person anymore. Unfortunately, nothing really came of it. I know that that's gonna hurt, but you're absolutely fine with it now.
And since you're 18 now, you could be dating someone in their 20s. Are you studying or...
I was already dating someone in their 20s before I was 18. When you turned 16, you met someone in their 20s and started dating them. Yeah, honestly, that's crazy. Like, a year on from when I took that, I was in love in a relationship. I love that I was like, yeah, when you're 18, you can date someone in their 20s. Babe, I'm ahead of you. I'm ahead of you.
Are you studying or do you have a job? Did you stick with online schooling? Did you go to college?
Okay, so yeah, I stuck with online schooling. You passed your GCSEs, you got an 8 in English, which is fucking amazing, and you passed science and maths. You're not studying currently. You did go to college, but you dropped out within a week. You hated it. You don't have a job. You're doing music full time. You have had jobs, but not currently. Worked as a delivery driver, worked as a piercing apprentice. I think they're the only 2 jobs I've had since that. You're not, unfortunately, in a place to work, really.
Have a job, then are you doing music or piercings? Because that's what my current interests are. Did you...
Whoa! I did do piercing as a job, as I just said, and I'm still doing music. So, yes, I'm still fulfilling the dreams that I had then.
Did you do your GCSEs and did they go okay?
Passed your GCSEs, as I just said. Yes.
Is your room still like this, or has it changed a lot?
Nope, literally still the same. Still got the brick wallpaper over there. Some things have changed. I've moved my room around a little bit, so it's not the same layout as it was.
Or has it changed a lot? Have you still got the brick wallpaper? And
Yep.
are you still living at home, or have you got like a flat somewhere?
I'm looking for a flat.
Amber and Daisy?
I'm looking for a flat. I still live at home currently. Am I still friends with Amber and Daisy? I'm still friends with Amber. She's at university now, miles away. So unfortunately, you don't see her even less than you used to. But no, you're still very good friends. You and Daisy, you're not close friends anymore. You very, very rarely speak, but you are meant to be seeing her soon. So I guess you could say yes to both of those questions. But yeah, no, they are, at the time, I think they were my 2 closest friends. You've met a lot of new people since then. Life's changed a lot. That's okay. You're on very good terms with both of them, and they're both still present in your life in some ways, so yeah.
Doing okay? I hope you guys are still friends. And if you are still friends with Amber, did you ever get your flat? Because
Oh, did we talk about getting a flat? We did not get a flat, unfortunately. I need to stop smoking. We did not get a flat, unfortunately. She is living up the country now, doing psychology at uni. She's absolutely smashing it, and you're very, very proud of her. But yeah, no, they're both doing okay. They are. Amber is absolutely smashing it. As I said, I don't speak to Daisy as much, but from what I know, she is doing good too.
Because right now, we always talk about how we'd love to get a flat when we're older. Are you still performing? Have you grown much as a musician? Has your style changed? Do you still play ukulele?
Yes, I still play ukulele. I play baritone ukulele now instead. I don't know if I did back then. I think I got it just after this video actually, but yeah, I still play ukulele, I still write music, I'm still performing. You have had multiple BBC plays as well now, and BBC interviews. You've been in the BBC studios. Every single song you've released this year in 2022 has been played on BBC Radio. You have performed, you've been on TV, you played a festival where Scouting for Girls were headlining, and you were headlining the other stage, which is absolutely nuts. You've had another headline show, and you have a band now as well, which is pretty fucking cool, can I just say. We work very well together, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. So yeah, you go to band rehearsals now in London, and then you've done a couple gigs gigs with them, which is really cool. It's only been since summer, but yeah, they're amazing. So yes, your music style has developed and changed quite a bit, but for the best. You would be very happy.
You sold out a headline show or collabed with any artist you like?
I haven't collabed with anyone, I don't think, since this. You've had collabs lined up, you still do, but it's a bit all over the place, I'll be honest. Most of the people that you plan to collab with are bigger artists. Not like Billie Eilish level, but like bigger than you are. And their schedules are ridiculous. So far, none of them have gone ahead or been planned and solidified. Have I had a sold out headline show? Unfortunately not. Still a dream, hasn't happened yet.
On tour, how is music? Are you still performing at the Forum?
I had a headline show at the Forum not that long ago. Music is going very well, as I just said. And no, you've not been on tour. Oh, bless, that was even a dream back then. I still say that's one of my top dreams in music, is to go on a tour with someone as a support act. You have tried to make the efforts to reach out and make it a possibility. But again, it takes a lot. You know how it is. So fingers crossed at some point.
At the Forum. Have you released much more music, and how was the reaction?
Yes, you have, bitch. Yes, you have. So you released an EP called Wound Gardener, which is all about growing and developing, and each song as you go through the EP represents a stage of healing. So you start off like at your worst and end at your best. That got a really good reaction. You did really well with that. You've also released quite a few singles this year. You're working with an incredible artist who makes your cover art. You just released some merch, which sold really well. And you recently released a song called Dancing in the Flames, which is probably my favourite song to date that I've ever made. It's extremely different for you. You kind of learnt to belt a little bit, which is pretty cool, because I don't think I could back then. So yeah, I've made some different styles of music. But still, I think my past self would be really proud of that and probably love it.
How's your support base? If the music career is still going, then what's the best thing that's happened in it?
Ooh. So the best thing that's happened in it, I would say forming the band and the BBC plays and interviews. Probably BBC plays and interviews are like kind of the biggest success, I guess. My support base is amazing still. I actually think it was slightly bigger back then than it is now, just because my YouTube was blowing up at the time or around that time. So I had a lot of people who were supporting and getting involved. But your support base now is still absolutely incredible. You would be really happy.
What are your hopes for the future currently? My current hopes that I would like to see if I've achieved. I would like to have improved my mental health. 18. I'd like to have a stable partner by that point. But
okay. I'd like my mental health to have improved, I said. So you have had ups and downs. You have improved it, but you've also been extremely defeated at times. And you discovered more about yourself in terms of your mental health and kind of what's going on. You have come very far in terms of how you manage things, how you process, how you deal with things. So I don't know if I can say in like full confidence that it's improved. Having a stable partner. You have had one, and technically are still dating that person, as I said before. So yeah, you don't currently have a stable partner.
I'd like to have a stable partner by that point. But I think improved mental health is one of the main things that I really want to have accomplished. So I just hope that like you're living your best life with your car, your good mental health, hopefully a nice house, whether it's here or somewhere else. Do you have anything big coming up? Do you still want...
Oh, I really wish that I could say I've succeeded in those things. But unfortunately, you're still living at home, you don't have a car or a stable partner, and your mental health is not incredible as of right now. But you have had some of those things. You did start driving, you have had a stable partner, and you are looking to move out. So what are my dreams for the future? I asked myself that. I mean, kind of along those lines, really. I want my mental health to improve. I want a stable relationship with the person that I love. It's weird because it just feels like a more developed version of what my younger self was hoping for. It's kind of like back then it was kind of a dream, like I hope these things happen. And now it's like I've kind of got the baseline from having those things. And I've got like my toe dipped in the wall, so kind of like it is a possibility, it is there. Like, you know, I know the person I want to be with. I'm looking at houses or flats to move into. I have driven and I'm about to start looking for a car. Like I'm right there. I'm about to like step into those things, hopefully, or kind of go towards them. Kids is in the somewhat near future, not right now, but I said from about age 13 that I wanted to have my first child around the age 19 to 20. So I think by the time I'm like 20, 21, that will be a possibility.
Somewhere else. Do you have anything big coming up? Do you still want kids in the next couple of years?
Oh, there we go. Yes, you do still want kids in the next couple of years. Have I got anything good that's coming out that's big? Oh, travelling. If that happens, that should happen. There's no reason it shouldn't.
Your little cousins. One is going to be 7 and the other's going to be 3.
Ooh, fucking hell. Okay, they're not quite those ages yet, but they are. It's nearly their birthday. You haven't seen them in a little while, but yeah, they seem to be doing okay. I don't feel like I can say too much on that because I haven't actually seen them in a little bit of time. They're still in your life. They're still, yeah, seem to be doing okay.
Holy shit, one of them's gonna be 7.
I'm still
How
feeling
are they
that.
doing good? I really hope that your life is better than it is in this moment. Because although there's a lot of things I'm grateful for and there's a lot of good stuff to my life, there's a lot of places that I would really like to have improved. Okay, really weird to think that future me might see this and answer this. Fingers crossed this channel is still going, and hopefully older me will still like doing this. Bit of a weird video, but I wanted to do it. And as of right now, it is March 25th, 2020. I'm gonna...
Right now it is November 13th, 2022. That's it. Oh my god. I've waited 3 years to respond to that video. Yeah, okay, this video is already very long. This is 50 minutes of footage I've just filmed now, so I'm gonna end this video here. I am so incredibly grateful that I got chance to respond to that I'm still doing YouTube enough to actually have remembered that video and found it and responded. That's been such a long time coming, it's so weird to now be here doing it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I think I might do another one of these, like Dear 20-year-old me, because I think in 2 years' time my life's gonna look so different, it's not even funny. So I will probably film that fairly soon. Got some good video ideas, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your continued support. If you've been here since that video, or as long as, I am extremely grateful that you've stuck around. And yeah, here's to adulthood.